and the laughter sent down from above. And I can make it through the darkness of the night, remembering the love that's in my life. Yeah, I can make it through the darkness of the night, just remembering the love that's in my life. You give me hope for tomorrow, like you gave me hope for yesterday. Yeah, you give me hope for tomorrow, like you gave me hope for yesterday. You give me hope for tomorrow, like you gave me hope for yesterday. Yeah, you give me hope for tomorrow. Oh, yeah, like you gave me hope for yesterday. You give me hope.
Let me introduce you to these guys. This is Vince, Herm, and Wayne. And this is what can happen if you stay in touch with your college buddies. So, that's how long they've been doing this. A little love for them. Wow. Good morning. I'm Reverend Dr. Susie Shadle. I welcome you to Unity of Sarasota, where something good is always happening, and today is no exception. One thing, where did Rob go? Rob, come here. I want them to see you while I tell them what's going on here. Rob and I were, we were kind of discussing how in all the many years that the two of us have been doing church, this is the first time we've worn jeans to church. Because we're in our barbecue picnic clothes.
This is definitely a first.
Now, the one time we deviated from church clothes was during the pandemic when no one was here. And we suspected all of y'all were home watching in your jammies. So one day, Father's Day, we wore our pajamas.
We really did? We wore jammies?
Yeah,
I must have blacked that out in my memory.
Yeah, we did. So we've worn pajamas and now jeans. And I hope y'all are in comfortable clothing. Oh, yes, and we have done that, too. We've worn costumes.
Who could forget?
I guess there are a lot more times we weren't wearing church clothes than I remembered. But at any rate, I hope you're all comfortable in your barbecue picnic clothes. If you didn't know because you're new that there is a barbecue today, there is, and you're welcome. We're going to have lots of food, so help us eat it. And we're going to proceed through the service, and I'll reiterate this again. But what we're going to, we usually will eat after the service and then have a concert. This day, we're going to do the concert immediately after the service while they're cranking up the Barbie, so that as soon as the music is done, we'll be entertained. As soon as the music's done, we'll have food ready. So it'll be a brief concert, so you won't have to be hungry for long, I promise. And there's a lot of good food, so just so you know. It is okay to wear shorts, because you know what? We're in Florida. So yes, shorts I think are considered formal attire here, perhaps. Yeah, so at any rate. Just know that Unity of Sarasota is a beacon of light and love, opening minds, touching hearts, and transforming lives. And each and every one of you is that same thing. You are a beacon of light and love, opening minds, touching hearts, and transforming lives. And as we do that together, we create a brighter beacon of love and light. Just know that that is who we are, individually and collectively. And know also that we are an inclusive spiritual community that embraces empowering and life-affirming practical spirituality for richer living right here, right now in our lives. And we are also part of a much bigger movement, Unity Worldwide. And we are together creating a world that works for all. And I don't know about you, but I would like to see that world and live in that world, experience that world before I leave this world. So I would say if you're not already busy creating a world that works for all, get busy, all right? Because I just had a very big birthday, and so I realize I'm not getting any younger. So chop, chop, guys, all right? That could be my birthday present, a world that works for all. If you happen to be a guest or a newcomer visiting with us for the first time today, I would ask that you stand and remain standing for just a moment. We like to find out where people are visiting us from because we get some interesting folks. And Kimberly, who's our board member of the day, has a welcome packet for you. It's got some great information about Unity. There's a welcome card on the back. We'd ask that you fill that out, put it in the offering plate, or take it to the welcome table in the Red Umbrella welcome table in Fellowship Hall. She also has a gift for you. It comes in this nice little purple bag, or I think they're white today, white bag. There's a shell necklace in there, indicative of the gorgeous beaches of Florida. Each individual shell represents the love that we are individually, and when we string it together into a necklace, we become a community of love, and you're now part of that community of love. Here's the real important information. If you wear the necklace, you will get first-in-line privileges for the barbecue after the service. So it behooves you to wear the necklace. And so I welcome you all. And I'm gonna start, well, we know we've got Wayne and Herm and Vince. Thank you. We're so glad that you're here today. How about, where are you visiting from?
St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg. All right. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. And how about here? Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Great. Welcome. My dad's a Pennsylvanian. All right, and how about here? Bradenton. Yay, welcome, welcome home. Same Bradenton? Great, welcome. And how about here in the black?
I'm Lisa. I'm from Concordia Center for Spiritual Living in Providence, Rhode Island.
Yes, and their minister is someone that I mentored in the past from Tampa. So give Reverend Allen and Kevin, their music director, my love and best. From all the way to Rhode Island. Great. How about next to you? All right. You live here now. Welcome home. Welcome home, you guys. And how about way in the back in the blue? Great. Welcome, welcome, Connecticut to Sarasota. How about back here in the back? Sarasota, welcome home. Yeah, that's great. And how about right over here? And you're from? Ohio. Wow. They're friends of the gang here. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How about here? Bradenton. All right, welcome. And how about back behind? From where? Sarasota. Welcome home. And right up here in the front, who are you?
I'm Joyce Pornikoff, a great friend of Susie's for many, many years from Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, all right. Joyce was one of my prayer practitioners at the Center for Spiritual Living that I founded in a suburb of Seattle. And so she's still a prayer practitioner, but just not here. So welcome. Thank you for being here from Seattle. All right. We also want to welcome those who are joining us on our live stream. Live stream is on our website, unityofsarasota.org. You go to the services tab and scroll down to the service that you want to watch live, or you can watch the recording later, or you can go to our Facebook page or our YouTube page and watch the recording. So let's wave to all the folks that are home in their jammies. You better get dressed and come to the barbecue. That's all I can say. So we can feel your energy joining with ours, and just know that you too can do the same if you need to miss being here in person. No reason to miss out on the service. That's great. Again, Kimberly, who's our board member of the day, will be at the Red Umbrella welcome table in Fellowship Hall after the service, and she can answer questions, give you a tour, all that kind of thing. I suspect many people will be distracted by the hamburgers, hot dogs, and veggie things that we have. So poor Kimberly will be sitting there by herself probably. Oh well, but you can ask her questions. Just know that it is wonderful having you join us, however you are, whether it's in person or it's online. You are welcome here at this spiritual center to join us on our journey of unfolding our deeper spirituality. It makes the journey a lot more interesting when we walk it together. So know that wherever you may be in your spiritual journey, you're welcome here to walk with us. We appreciate you being here and joining your energy with ours. So let's also celebrate children. I'm suspecting there aren't children because I'm not seeing the children's person. So you guys will have to be the kids. So, and I know you can do it. I've seen it. So in lieu of not having small children, you big children, let's celebrate you. Know that that little child still lives within you. And if you're not letting that child out occasionally, please do, because the world will be a better place if you do. So let's bless that. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we see the living spirit in you. All right, good. And I have a few invitations for your participation in this spiritual community. And I'm going to start by inviting Tim Spradlin to come up. He's going to tell you about a great opportunity for some of you, something that'll call to some of you.
Good morning. I am the head of the nominating committee for the Board of Trustees for here at Unity, and we are looking for some great people. Particularly for the coming years, with the great change that we're going to have, we need some of the OGs to come out and also some of the newer members, people who have been an active member here at Unity of Sarasota for a year or more, or an active member at a Unity elsewhere, who will make their membership here at Unity of Sarasota. If you have been a member elsewhere, there is a new member class I'm sure Susie will talk about. You do need to attend the second of the two classes, although I do suggest you go into both because I hear they get pretty rowdy, those classes. We've had to send people in a couple of times to... Anyway, I highly suggest both, but if you are transferring your membership, you do need to attend the second one. With everything going on today, I'm not going to be soliciting today, but I'm going to come early to service next week, and I'm going to stay after next week as well if you have questions. A couple of you last week, 2 people in fact, that were new members just this year just asked for the coming year next year, and that's great as well. We love at least having the interest for the future. So anyway, talk to me. It's going to be an important couple of years coming up, and we need you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Thank you very much. And once again, I want to reiterate that Herm and Vince and Wayne will be doing a brief concert immediately after the service. So we'll give you a quick moment for a bio break, and then we're going to ask you to come right back. We will be taking up an offering for the service, and at the end of the concert, we'd ask for your love offering as you leave to go to the barbecue, which will be immediately after the concert. So I guarantee you will have plenty of food, plenty of good music. Stay for these guys. They've got some great songs that they've written. You heard the tight harmonies. It's really cool. Stay, be entertained, and let the cooks do the cooking. How often does that happen at home? Never. So enjoy the day. We're just going to celebrate all day long until we can't stand up anymore. All right. Also, see, barbecue. There's a barbecue table getting ready already. Oh, I know something else that's coming up. Ready? Our Friday night Spirit Express. We find new and fun and interesting ways to express our spirituality, and we do something every Friday night. This coming Friday night, you can show them what's coming up, guys, on the slides. This Friday night, we're having our drum circle. It's usually on the third Fridays, but we had a fabulous concert this past Friday night with David Roth. And so we've moved the drum circle to this coming Friday night. It's really a hoot, you guys. I had never played a drum in my life till I joined the drum circle, and now I'm going on tour. So come on, guys. Come and, it's what you can do.
Is if nothing
else, you just beat on a drum, right?
Is that why you're heading out?
That's why I'm heading out. I'm going on tour, yeah. Yeah, got my djembe ready to travel. So please do come. It's really a lot of fun, and you'll be amazed that you actually have rhythm you didn't know you had. So come on and join in. Also, as Tim said, We have a new member class coming up. It will be the last time that I will be teaching the membership class, so I don't know if that's good or bad news for you, but I'm going to be doing it on February 5th. That's the first class where we talk about unity in general, a little bit about unity history and basic teachings. And then the second class is specifically about unity of Sarasota. So again, if you've been a member at another unity church, you don't necessarily need to take the first class, but you're welcome to. But you do need to take the second one. So please come and join us. These yellow cards are all over the place. Please fill one out, put it in the offering plate, give it to me, give it to Reverend Amy, give it to somebody who looks like they know what they're doing, and we'll sign you up for the class, all right? That would be terrific. I'd love to have a big class this time going forward. Okay, also, one last thing. My last Wednesday night service here at Unity of Sarasota will be Wednesday the 15th, when I will be doing a recommitment to love ceremony with live music. And you know, in fact, Lisa Arundale will be doing the music with me that night. So Lisa's back there on the slides. Yeah. And this service is not just for couples, guys. This is a recommitment to love ceremony for those of you who are single as well. Okay? So that means everybody. So I'll expect to see all of you there. Right? Okay, good. Now that we have that settled. All right. Hey, Rob, let's sing the unity song.
Every prayer is answered, every prayer is heard, every thought and feeling, every spoken word, what your soul has longed for, what your heart can feel is already here, is already real. There is no one out there, there is no one else. Behold all the answers deep inside yourself. There's a voice that whispers, there's no you, no me, there's just one, there's just unity. One power, one presence, one light to lead the way. All loving, all knowing, that answers when you pray. When the world looks darkest and your eyes can't see, gather all your troubles, give them all to me. I am always with you, I will always be. I am one, I am unity. We are one, we are unity.
So I invite you to relax into your chair. Imagine that is the heart of Father, Mother, God, holding you, nurturing you, lifting you, and just relax into that. Take a deep breath in to the very center of your being. Allow that breath to open your heart to overflowing. And then release that breath fully. Know that we are here in the presence of Father, Mother, God, Spirit. We are here in the presence of one another, which is each of us expressing Spirit in our own unique and individualized way. That while we express ourselves in a multitude of diversity, we remain one in the unity of all life and creation. We are one. We are Spirit expressing individually, collectively. From the one, many, and the many remain one. So take a deep breath in again. Let your heart feel with the in-breath of Spirit, the inspiration of Spirit. And then release the breath fully to share that inspiration with all whom you meet. And as you continue breathing in deeply and exhaling fully in that divine flow and circulation, that is the goodness of God expressing itself in and through and as us in our lives. Know that we are refreshed in the Spirit with each breath. And we allow that breath of Spirit to move us forward, to deepen our consciousness, to expand our awareness. And that as each one of us deepens and expands, becomes all that we are called to be, we support others in doing the same. To deepen and expand and to move this world forward in positive ways. That we lift the human experience and let it give way to the spiritual experience that we truly are. For this awareness of the power and the presence of Spirit in our lives, I am eternally grateful. And so it is. And together we say, thank God within and all around us. Amen. And together we say our statement of being. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God, who is perfect life, perfect intelligence, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am an individualized expression of God. You are individualized expressions of God. We are individualized expressions of God.
Good morning. Thank you for having us. Thank you for that. This song remembers and honors my wife and I's 20-year-old daughter, Chloe, who was killed in a hit-and-run bike accident some years ago, and invites her presence here with us today. And it also remembers and honors the losses that all of us have had, and invites the presence of the spirits of those who've gone on before to be present with us today.
When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. With my soul. It is well with my soul. In the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, the sun's peace is in my eyes. Deep sorrow, it's been long, deep sorrow, it's been long, but deep joy is growing strong on this sweet earth that I call home. me. Oh, I miss your face, your warm embrace, the way it used to be. And I still hear your voice, I feel your love as morning comes to me. You bring love and light, you hold my heart in brand new ways for me. Oh, I don't know what is next. No, I don't know what is next. Oh, I don't know what is next. But what's between and what's betwixt. But I don't need to know to live. No, I don't need to know to live. Oh, I don't need to know to live well within my soul. Still, I don't know why, I don't know why you took your smile from me. Oh, I miss your face, your warm embrace, the way it used to be. And I still hear your voice, I feel your love as morning comes to me. And you bring love and light, you hold my heart in brand new ways for me. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul, with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul.
Amen.
Thank you, guys. I did not know when they sent me that song that I too would be experiencing a loss this week. So thank you for that. And before I get started, I want to say one other thing. I want to welcome home Jackie Clark, who's a longtime member here, and she's been on the road. Welcome home, Jackie. She's the one who painted our Tree of Life and used to manage our art gallery. And so thank you for all the years of doing that and all the art that you've brought to us. And thanks for coming home for a visit. Appreciate that. So we'll begin, as we always do in our tradition here, with our core value affirmation. So I'll ask that you please recite this with me. We are a diverse and inclusive community of people who share a sense of connection and belonging. And so now I'm going to ask you to indulge me in a little exercise with these paper strips that you were given when you came in. Did anyone not get a strip? That sounds a little weird. Anyone not get a strip? If you didn't, Amy's got some that she'll pass out. Just hold your hand up. And we need one more over here. Reverend Amy, and one more back there, and one more here, and wow, how did you guys sneak in? I thought they trapped you all on the way in. Okay, so once you've got your strip, I'm going to ask you to just hold it up and examine it, and you'll notice that one side has color and the other one's white. Okay, right? See that? So the color side, this side, represents our outer on-stage life. This is our mask, our image, our persona, our public self. This is what we present to the world. Okay? Now, the white side should be facing you right about now. Turn that over. Look at the white side. The white side is your inner backstage life. These are your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, your values, your soul, your true self. This is your inner life. Okay? Now, you don't have to hold them up now unless you want to, but there will be more. Hang on. The relationship between your onstage and your backstage self has 4 phases. We all arrive in this world with no separation between our inner and outer selves. Can you imagine that? We were all like that at one time. Then, before too long, I've noticed this happen in very small people. Children start to realize that they feel the need to build a wall to protect themselves from their inner vulnerabilities from what are perceived as outer threats. And so they create a wall with the outer persona facing outward and that inner life facing inward. Build a little wall and they're back behind here. And sometimes if you put it right here, you cannot let any light in or let any light out. Build a wall to protect ourselves. But after a time, many of us experience the pain of alienation and the wall starts to crack a little bit, or we think, maybe I need to build a different kind of wall. This isn't working so well. And so we think, circles are a cool thing. Circles are a really cool thing. Let's make a circle. So take the ends of your strip, and you've got a nice circle here, right? That seems more enlightened, doesn't it? Maybe the inside could inform the outside a little bit, but you know what? It's still a wall. And you're in here, and the world's out there, and you're still keeping people out and keeping yourself in. So this is not the best idea either. So let's pull it apart. Have your persona facing outward, and then I'm going to ask you you're going to give it a twist and a half, basically, and then you're going to take the white end and the colored end and hook them together and hold them with your finger. So it looks kind of like a loop-de-loop. It's not a perfect circle anymore. It's a loop-de-loop. This is called a Mobius strip. Now you can take another finger and go from the inside, the white, and you can trace all the way around, and ultimately you'll go outside. You go from inside to outside, to inside to outside, inside to outside, inside to outside. Pretty soon you don't know where you started. It's one continuous loop, one continuous flow of inner, outer, inner, outer, inner, outer, inner, outer, inner, outer. What this does is illustrate how life inside can flow outward and how life outside can flow inward and become a seamless, one co-creative life where our insides and our outsides are congruent. They're in integrity. They match. They're in the integrity of wholeness. We're complete, perfect, and whole. So what we really want to strive for is to have life on the Mobius strip. I'm going to have you take those home with you because you can practice at home. And you'll get really good at it. And you can remind yourselves in the morning before you go out in the world how you maybe want to be. Whole. Not just inside, not just outside, the whole enchilada. We have the possibility of living our lives on that Mobius strip rather than building the walls that we just demonstrated, which keep us isolated and keep others away. Sometimes we think that that's useful in terms of protecting us. I know I spent a good deal of my life doing that. presenting. You could all have all kinds of personas, but you couldn't have me. And you know what that meant was that I didn't have anybody either. I'm here to tell you I tried it really hard, and I'm a perfectionist, and guess what? It doesn't work. So practice your Mobius strip and live your life that way. Inside out. Inside out, inside out, inside out. You know, a community like this can support individuals' quests for integrity and wholeness. We can support each other in moving in that direction because it's really hard to fully embrace the challenge of becoming whole and being who we've come here to be, our true self. It's hard to do that all alone. The supportive community makes it a lot easier. We really need those nurturing relationships of community support, of that circle of trust. If you're going to build a circle of trust, not a wall. You know, others help us to hear and discern the message of our inner voice, that inner guidance. You know, the Quakers have a really great practice where someone who's wrestling with something in their lives, they sit in the center of a circle and the folks surround them, and they don't give them advice, they just ask questions so that the person can discern for themselves what's being called forth. Sometimes the best question is the best answer for us to find out for ourselves what is the call. You know, if we collaborate to create community of mutual encouragement, we can reclaim our hidden wholeness that's always been there, but maybe is hiding from us a little bit. We can reclaim that hidden wholeness and rejoin our own soul in its entirety with the support of that circle of trust. That kind of soul integration is of the core of our shared humanity coming together with our individual uniqueness. It's a both and. It's not an either or. Quaker Parker Palmer writes, when community unravels and we lose touch with one another, the self atrophies and we lose touch with ourselves as well. In community, we can grow our selfhood from the potential within the seed of the soul, in ground that is fertile by the quality of our relationships, and we move toward the light of our own wholeness. A strong community helps people develop a sense of true self, for only in community can the self exercise and fulfill its nature, giving and taking, listening and speaking, being and doing. Community like this offers encouragement, it offers us challenges, it offers us witnesses to our own self-discovery and unfoldment. It's good to be witnessed sometimes. You ever gone to a doctor's office and they're giving you all kinds of information? By the time you get to your car, you have not a clue what they said? Well, it's the same kind of thing. Sometimes I take somebody with me and say, you listen too, so you can tell me what he said when I get out of here. It's the same thing with our own self-discovery and unfoldment. Sometimes it's coming so fast and furiously, we miss parts. And so when we're witnessed in community, we don't miss those parts because people see us becoming and unfolding and blossoming. And say, wow, you're really coming into your own right now. When I heard you say blah, 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 when I saw you do yada, yada, yada. So it's great to have these witnesses in community. And there's a witness calling in from afar saying, wow, you are really something. See, I mean, they're getting it all the way out there in the universe. Community offers that. We come together with safe people in a safe environment to share our histories, to share our joys, to share our pains. You know, when we share our joys, they're doubled. When we share our pains, they're cut in half. It's a neat formula. Mathematicians hate it because they can't figure it out, but it works, right? It's cool. So that circle of trust of community helps us to navigate and to weave our inner and outer self together in that wholeness. We thrive. We thrive in the company of others, where we can feel connected even when we're alone. You know, we can feel each other's presence even when we're home by ourselves. We feel that energy. The support of our inner journey of the soul is a rare and precious thing. Embrace it. Appreciate it. We have that possibility here. And that soul work, that kind of deep soul work is best done and witnessed in community like this one. Parker Palmer again teaches solitude and community, rightly understood, go together as both and. Being present to one another as a community of solitudes. To understand true self, which knows who we are in our inwardness and whose we are in the larger world. We need both the interior intimacy that comes with solitude and the otherness that comes from community. We have much to learn from within, but it's easy to get lost in the labyrinth of the inner life. And we have much to learn from others, but it is easy to get lost in the confusion of the crowd. We need solitude and community simultaneously as a check and balance. Together, they make us whole, like breathing in and breathing out. That's the possibility of community, you guys. You know, I've spent this last month, this whole month of January, talking about how important community is and how you all, as community, will carry on together and thrive after I leave to go to my next call. It's all about you. It's not about me. It's about you as community. Because ministers will come and go, but the community stays, even if some of the members change. It's like a web. Have you ever watched a spider web and the wind or something breaks the web, and then the spider and some of its friends quickly reweave the web? You know, just because one strand breaks, the whole thing doesn't fall apart because it's built strong because of all those individual strands. That's you. So this spider is going to move on to the next web. But you guys will reweave and continue to weave and grow. Next time you see a spider web, sit there and observe it, and especially look at it in the light. It's beautiful. That's us. That's us. You know, this unity of Sarasota community is so much more powerful than any one person and certainly any one minister. And sometimes the minister needs to be ministered to by the community. And this is one of those times for me. On Friday afternoon, just before the concert, my sweet shadow went on. And he was only 6. But it was his time, I guess. I don't know. I can't understand it, but it hurts. It hurts when somebody leaves. And I know, you know, you're talking about your daughter. I certainly don't equate, but any loss is painful to us. You know, I'm going to be bearing the loss of leaving you. You know, don't think that this is easy for me either, but I know it's what God is calling me to, and I must follow because I've tried doing it the other way and it doesn't work. And so I must follow, and you will follow your call individually and collectively. But what I ask of you, my community, you're still my community. What I ask of you is that you keep Shadow, and you keep his brother Tuxedo, and my housemate Lisa, and me in your prayers, and bear witness to our healing, our grief that leads to healing and back to wholeness, just as your song said. Yes, it hurts, and the hurt never goes away, but it lessens. And the grief is replaced by healing and wholeness and the memory and the light of the being lost or the experience lost. And so I'm asking that you hold that space for us. And as you see, Shadow was an avid Daily Word fan. Blessings on your journey, my sweet boy. You know, sometimes, and the truth is you can't go through this process for me or for anyone. Each person has to go through their own grief and healing process. You can't make it go faster what you can do is love and pray and support. You can't grieve for me. You can't move it any faster. So I ask that you just hold that space, hold that gentle space, because sometimes that's all we can do is simply bear witness and allow the person the process. Because otherwise, sometimes our well-meaning desire to help can do more harm. You know, when my mother died, I was pushed through the grief process too fast, and I had to deal with it for real 7 years later. So sometimes the the most powerful, loving thing we can do is just hold the space and witness. And witness. We each must become our own individual Mobius strip, witnessed by our tribe, by our community. I'm going to share a story with you from Zorba the Greek that really illustrates this idea of witnessing rather than fixing. One morning, I discovered a cocoon in the bark of a tree, just as the butterfly was making a hole in the case, preparing to come out. I waited a while, but it was taking too long to appear, and I was impatient to help. I bent over it and breathed on it to warm it up. I warmed it as quickly as I could, and the miracle began to happen before my eyes, faster than life. The case opened, the butterfly started slowly crawling out, and I shall never forget my horror when I saw how its wings were folded back and crumpled. The wretched butterfly tried with its whole body to unfold those wings. Bending over, I tried to help it with my breath again, but all in vain. It needed to be hatched out patiently, and the unfolding of the wings should be a gradual process in the sun. Now it was too late. My breath had forced the butterfly to appear all crumpled before its time. It struggled desperately, and a few seconds later died in the palm of my hand. That little body is, I do believe, the greatest weight I have on my conscience. We should not hurry. We should not be impatient. But we should confidently obey the eternal rhythm. Bear witness rather than try to push or rush or fix. And that's true for any process that any one of us is going through. Sometimes the best support is to hold the space of love and prayer and bear witness. Community like this, a spiritual community, is that circle of trust that honors each one's soul in its becoming, in its unfolding. And it helps us to integrate that inner and outer wholeness that we are. Community opens the possibility of journeying together on this path of integrity, being integral, being whole. Integration of our backstage and our onstage life. Whole, complete, perfect, as we were created. Life on the Mobius strip creates that inner and outer integrity. A life of authenticity, a life that we love to live and share. And so I invite you to take those strips home and continue to practice. And whoever's calling will be calling to check on you to make sure that you're doing it, all right? You know, it's essential, I believe, for us to recognize each individual's unique expression in this community, in this world. And it's also essential to know that we are each an integral part of the whole fabric of community, of humanity. Each strand is absolutely essential. It's not the same without any one of you. And I want to leave you with a poem that I wrote some time ago, and I keep revising it as life continues to unfold, and I'd like to share that with you now. And it's in the glass case, but not this version, so I know I might have to update it. It's in that glass case in the hallway. This is my spiritual home. It is composed of people like me. We make it what it is, and it will be what we are. It will be friendly if I am. Its seats will be filled if I help fill them. It will do the great work that needs to be done if I do my own work. It will invite other people home if I invite them. This will be a center of faith and limitless possibility if I am faithful. This will be a center where we are beacons of light and love, opening minds, touching hearts, transforming lives, if I embrace and embody these qualities of spirit. I want this to be a center of light that illuminates the path of people's purpose, leading them to the promise of love, truth, and joy. With the support of Father, Mother, God, Spirit, and my spiritual family, I dedicate myself to the call of being all of the qualities that I want my spiritual home to be. And it will be, if I am. When we gather together in spiritual community, reach out to welcome everyone home. Someone is coming home today. It could be a friend, It could be a stranger. It doesn't matter. Welcome home. Welcome home. Blessings on your journey. Blessings on your journey of the both and, of individual and community. Honor one another's paths and perfect unfoldment. Sometimes it's hard, but do it anyway. And bear witness and celebrate the individual and the community milestones that come to pass. So it is, and together we say, thank God within and all around. Amen. Thank you.
I am very confident that Herm and I would not be on this stage if it hadn't been for the Unity community here. I was going through a tragic time in the early 2000s, and there's a couple folks out there that might remember my attending here, and just what a wonderful gift you guys have here. Yes. Life's too short to worry about all the things that go wrong. To err is human, forgive is divine. So let's forgive and move on. Let's forgive and move on. I've been told a number of times, you've got to live for today. Forget your worry, forget your fear, and love will show you the way. Love will show you the way. And when the times are hard and you're feeling blue, love will show you the way. And when you're searching for, but you can't find the truth, love will show you the way. And when your day is done and you're feeling good, treat everybody like you should. Come on everybody, 'cause love will show you the way. Show you the way. Love your neighbor, love your friends. It's not that hard to do. But love the rebel and the stranger in town, the one that's different than you, one that's different than you. Love the good and love the bad, mountains and valleys too. Love the shadow that shows you the light. Yeah, love the devil in you. Love the devil in you. And when the times are hard and you're feeling blue, love will show you the way. When you're searching for, but you can't find the truth, love will show you the way. When your day's done and you're feeling good, treat everybody like you knew you should. But come on everybody, 'cause love will show you the way. Show you the way. And when the times are hard and you're feeling blue, love will show you the way. And when you're searching for, but you can't find the truth, love will show you the way. And when your day is done and you're feeling good, treat
Herman, Vince, and Wayne. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to ask our chaplains and ministers to come forward. I want you to know that they're available to you after the service for prayer to know a greater, actually they'll be available to you. When are they going to be available? At the barbecue? Wow. You know, when you mess with the order of service, you get confused. These are them. There's Reverend Amy, and here's Virginia. And, you know, track them down, buy them a hot dog. Oh, there's Reverend Matthew. Either between the service and the concert, which will be very short, so it'll be a very focused prayer, or after the concert, or during the barbecue. Grab these guys if you would like prayer to lift you into a higher becoming of who you truly are on your life on the Mobius Strip. They're available to you right here. Let's thank them for their service. And while we're loving them up, I'm going to ask the ushers to prepare for our offering. So if you'll all get in place, we are passing the basket for the service today. And then there will be baskets at the doors at the end of the concert, a love offering for our guest musicians today. So while they're preparing for this, I also want to let you know some other things that are coming up. First Wednesday, first Wednesdays we have committed to Ukraine, for helping Ukraine. This particular first Wednesday in February the 1st, we have a concert for Ukraine with Margaret Germain on harp and Jamie Besserfield crystal bowls. So please be here for that. You will love it, and we will send healing energy and money to help Ukrainians during this time. So please come for that. And then again, concert immediately after the service, and then the barbecue. So let's move on to our tithes and offerings. This is the time that we get to remember that we live in a very abundant universe with a generous God. And so I'm going to invite you to take whatever gift you may be giving, hold it to your heart, and if you've already sent something in or whatever, at least put prayer and blessing into the basket. Hold your gift to your heart and infuse it with all the qualities of spirit that most resonate with your own soul: love, joy, power, presence, healing, wholeness. Whatever those qualities are, put it into your gift and know that they will magnify as the gift travels on to bless others. And so I would like us to recite this particular quote together from 2 Corinthians 9:7. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. And so when you put whatever, the blessing, the prayer, the money, the gold brick, whatever you're putting in there, release it with joy, knowing that you're giving joy to others and giving us the opportunity to continue to support others. And let's affirm it with this affirmation. We give generously of our financial gifts, knowing that God is our immediate and endless source. Can you put that in for me, please? Thank you. Sorry, they missed me. I missed. And in the meantime, I want to let you know also that we do have 3 things coming up on Wednesday evenings in February. So, concert for Ukraine on the first Wednesday. Second Wednesday, we have mantra and meditation. It's really wonderful. I went for the first one last time, and it is fantastic. So you're going to want to be here on the second Wednesday, 7 o'clock. And the third Wednesday, I will be doing my recommitment to love ceremony on the 15th, so that means you can still take your loved one out on the 14th on Valentine's Day. Come here on the 15th and seal the deal with that commitment ceremony for singles and doubles. So if you're single, be here. You might leave doubled. That's how it works, I think. If I can sell that one, that'd be good. Okay. All right. And again, we want to thank our ushers and thank all of you for your generosity. And now, let's stand for our prayer for protection, followed by the peace song. If you need to take a quick bio break after that, then come right back for the concert, and we'll be cooking the goods. And as soon as the concert's over, let's party, barbecue, yeah. All right, we're cooking outside. There's food inside also, so you'll be able to get food, well, actually, all the food will be served inside. You can eat inside or outside, it's up to you, because it looks like the weather did decide to cooperate after all, so it's up to you. Get your plates, get your food. You know what, sit with somebody you don't know so well. Get to know some of the other folks. That'd be a fun thing. All right, ready? The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.